Hey, good morning. Thank you so much for tuning into this Refuel devotional. This morning, we're actually going to be talking about a subject that we've talked about in the past in a sermon, and that is the subject of anxiety. Anxiety is the body's way of warning us or letting us know that there is some sort of threat that's nearby, and there is something that we need to do about it. In 2 Chronicles chapter number 20, we read the story of one of the good kings of Judah by the name of Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat is sent a word that there are going to be three separate armies that are going to be attacking him. You can read about this in verse number 1 and 2. In verse number 3, we read these words: alarmed, Jehoshaphat resolved to pray. What I love about this passage is it teaches us something that's very true about anxiety, that anxiety will absolutely alarm us. Jehoshaphat, when he gets word that these armies are going to be attacking him, he immediately is alarmed. He's filled with worry, concern about a future circumstance that he has no control over, but the next words give us some clues on what we should do when anxiety attacks. He says this: he inquired of the Lord. In other words, he made prayer a priority. When Jehoshaphat gets word that these armies are going to attack him, his immediate response is to go to God in prayer. Now, I know you didn't wake up this morning for a pastor to tell you something so simple as to pray, but I think as believers, sometimes we forget the significance that prayer can play, the significance that prayer can play in our lives. Jehoshaphat gives us or demonstrates or shows us that when anxiety attacks, one of the things that we can do and should do is pray. As a matter of fact, I believe this, that we should make prayer our first response rather than our last resort. As believers, there are times where we can make the error of making statements like, man, all I can do is pray. The reality for us is all we can do is pray, and that's not a problem. Because when you can pray, you're going to God to say, I cannot handle my anxiety on my own. Listen to this study that I found. There's a doctor by the name of Dr. Andrew Newberg who is not a follower of Jesus, wouldn't even say that he believes in God, but is on the search for significance and meaning. He is a neuroscientist, and he did a study to find out if prayer has any true impact on the lives of people who make prayer a part of their lives. Listen to what this secular neuroscientist has to say. He says engaging in 12 minutes of personal reflection and prayer each day makes a profound impact on our brain. It strengthens a unique neural circuit that specifically enhances our social awareness and empathy and helps us love our neighbor by developing a heightened sense of compassion and subduing negative thoughts. A neuroscientist that's not a follower admits and acknowledges through research that 12 minutes of thoughtful prayer will allow you to love your neighbors better and to also get rid of the negative thoughts that you have in your life. Prayer is significant in the life of believers, and my hope for you this morning is that when you experience anxiety, that you make prayer a part of the process of your healing. Certainly, there are other things that we can do that will help as we experience anxiety. As a matter of fact, some of you may take medication, you see a therapist. All of those things are good, but let's make sure that we add prayer to the formula of success as anxiety attacks us in life. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful morning.